Hello everyone, I hope that you're all doing well. I have to say that I am still thrilled with the relative success of my last video about the best and worst things about being trans. Currently, I have something like 400 views or something on that video, which is like 5, 6 times more than the most watched video otherwise. So I don't know. I feel like I've hacked the algorithm or something. It's fantastic. I don't think everyone's stuck around to watch it all, but I really appreciate all of the people that did watch some of it, most of it, all of it. That's fantastic. I got an extra couple of subscribers, so I'm now up to almost 20 subscribers. It's like the fame's going to my head. It's crazy. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching and liking. And I've had so many lovely comments on my videos as well. It's wonderful to see, actual engagement from almost the community, I suppose. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. It's fantastic to see. However, however, with the smooth comes the rough. With the positives come the negatives. And I knew when I set up this channel, when I made these videos, when I put myself out there, the world isn't a perfect place of sunshine and rainbows. I know that not everybody out there is as supportive as the vast majority of you who are watching these videos, and I seem to run into some so-called haters, although I'm not sure if I'd call them haters. I think that suggests a certain degree of obsession, and I don't think anybody's really thinking about me that much, except maybe my parents. I don't know, and I hope that I would expect they're not my haters. So I noticed when the video, because I was paying close attention to the success of this video, and I noticed that I had a few dislikes on that video, which fine. I can handle feedback, I can handle criticism. And I was thinking I was going to sort of have a little comment in a video that I was intending to make anyway, and just ask, like if there's something that you don't like, if there's something you disagree with, pop it in the comments section. Obviously keep it respectful. Don't start making unnecessarily awful comments. But if there's something that you'd like to have a conversation about, that's the point of this channel. It's to have these kinds of backs and forths. But unfortunately, I found somebody preempted that message, and I have run into my first transphobe. I feel seen. I feel validated in a way. Somebody has taken the time to write several very awful comments in my videos. And I saw those comments, and my reaction was one of, well, not surprise, resignation, I suppose. But it didn't really upset me too much, because as I was expecting this kind of thing. And I'm actually kind of surprised it's just one person writing several comments, which is kind of funny, because it also shows that maybe they're a little bit more obsessed with me than perhaps they ought to be. But there you go, that's on them, I suppose. And I just wanted to kind of address this, because I talk about transphobia in my 45-minute video, which is very long, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the way that I wanted to deal with these comments in my video, and just a brief touch, a little flavour of my views on phobia, although I sort of mentioned it in that other video as well. So what did I do with these comments? Well, I deleted one of them because I felt that it was beyond the pale. I thought that the comment had no basis in reality, and it was unnecessarily horrible, and I just wanted to get it off of my channel. But there's another couple of comments from this character. And by the way, if you are the person that wrote these comments and you're watching this video and you're feeling called out, I hope you don't feel too seen, because I do recognize that you are a person, right? You exist somewhere in the world. Yeah, you came across my videos somehow, and you felt compelled to write these things under my videos, which is interesting. I find that very interesting, that whole mechanism. It's like, I don't fully understand why somebody would do that. If you don't like something, I mean, I hate watch stuff, but I'm not going to take the time out to also comment and try to make that person feel awful about themselves. That seems unnecessary from my perspective. But I left a couple of the other comments up, because one of them I just thought was kind of funny. I didn't actually disagree with some of the content of that. He said that I was narcissistic, which, I don't actually disagree. I think YouTubers are inherently narcissistic. I say that all the time. So I guess you've got me there. And the other one I left up because I just wanted my audience, such that it is, my 20 subscribers and whoever else comes across my channel, I just wanted to see that I will not just delete comments. I will not just sort of press the remove button and be done with it. Because I think, first of all, it's very important that we push back against these sorts of comments. When I'm doing this, I'm very mindful that I'm not just replying to this one individual character who's made these comments. This is a public pushback. They made their comments public for everybody to see. So my response equally is there for everybody to see. And I want people to see my responses, I feel, are fair, they're respectful, they're even-minded. I welcome comments, I welcome feedback, I welcome discussion, but what I will not welcome is disrespect, and I will not welcome overtly transphobic comments, because there's no basis in reality with that. There's no connection to the things that I'm saying with the messages that this person is making. So I will not stand for that. And basically, it all boils down to the paradox of tolerance, which I believe was coined by Karl Popper back in 1945. And many of you are probably familiar with this notion of the paradox of tolerance. And basically what that means is, if you're in a tolerant society and we have to tolerate everybody's speech and everybody gets almost an equal weighting, it's going to mean that certain voices or certain types of voices are going to almost prevent others from feeling like they are able to speak. So in this forum, in this sense, if somebody's coming in and using hate speech, if they're using transphobic language, then that means my audience might see that and feel that this space isn't a safe space for them. They might see this and feel that this isn't a place where they feel welcome. It is not a place where they feel that they're going to be able to express themselves. And this is unacceptable for me, because I've only got a handful of people. I've only got a couple of people who are commenting, but I've really loved and appreciated the comments that I've had so far. Like, it really has made my day seeing these messages appear, and it's great that people have felt comfortable and able to make these comments and share their stories with me. I found that really, really humbling. And if somebody comes in and makes just one single nasty comment, then these people are going to feel, well, this isn't a space where I can share these ideas or thoughts. And so they're going to sort of, it's not because I want them to share it with me, but it's that they need to feel that there are spaces where they have that freedom and that safety and that security. And so the onus is on people like myself to moderate their spaces, to make sure that everybody has that sense of freedom and everybody has that sense of value in that space. And that's basically the paradox of tolerance, that at some point, if you get somebody who's incredibly intolerant coming in there, then it pushes everybody else out. I think another shorthand way of putting it is, if you've got one Nazi in a bar, you've got a Nazi bar. So you kind of have to kill, or not literally, metaphorically, kill these comments before they start growing, because it's the last thing I want is my channel to be a place where people feel unsafe or unwilling to participate in conversation. That being said, I also don't want this space to be something that becomes a bit of an echo chamber or a bubble. I see myself as an educator, and I really hope that a lot of my videos are going to go out there and connect with people who wouldn't necessarily watch or consume trans content. I like to think that I'm quite open-minded and I'm quite a reasonably good communicator. So I'd like to think that my channel, my videos might connect with an audience that might not necessarily want to watch things by, say, ContraPoints, because she's quite specific. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. So again, if I've got people who are making particular types of comments, again, that might not necessarily be the message that I'd want other people to be party to. And I also wanted to touch on a couple of the things that this particular commenter mentioned. And again, I just wanted to sort of draw a line under them and give my perspective as to why I think there's no grounding in reality. I mean, there is no grounding in reality, but just a few things perhaps for you to think about if you are a transphobe and you've got this far in this video, which I don't expect you will do. And I don't expect that person to have read my long response. I expect they'll just go away and maybe they'll go and bother somebody else, but whatever, you know, I feel like I owe it to the rest of my audience to show my response. Anyway, so the comment that I removed suggested a certain degree of predatoriness, if that's a word, by the trans community. And I just want anybody who considers this a valid concern to bear in mind that this notion is present in so many other moral panics, because I see the trans community as being the front and center of a moral panic in the wider narrative and community and society. And I'm going to touch on moral panics at some point. I mentioned it in my other video, but I'm going to get to that at some point. Just to list but a few moral panics which have had they're coming for the kids as part of that narrative. We've got anti-Semitism and blood libel, which goes all the way back to the 12th century. So this is not a new idea. It's not a new concept. So, you know, anti-Semitism is rife with this notion that, oh, we're just trying to protect the kids. We've got certain modern types of media. So we've got the devil's music from the 1920s to the 60s, however we want to define devil's music at that particular juncture, be that jazz, rock and roll, heavy metal, the list goes on. Video games, of course, this is also tainting and polluting the minds of the youth. We've got satanic panic in the 1980s and the 1990s. We've got homophobic ideas as well. So this is not new. If you're going to churn out these tired old ideas, please just bear in mind that this isn't something that is brand new. Maybe you think that finally we've cracked it. It's not any of these other things that was damaging children, it's trans people. You are lying to yourselves. Okay, you are fooling yourself. And actually that's quite a neat segue into the next thing that they mentioned. They mentioned that I was trying to fool people, which again taps into the idea that somehow there's something deceptive about trans people. And I think that I can see where that comes from, because there is almost this sort of hidden nature of us as trans people. We are almost leading double lives often before we get to the point where we decide to start transitioning, perhaps if we can, and if we do, and start leading that authentic life. And I thought that was quite amusing, really, because in the video that he discusses that, I talk about how liberating it is to finally be able to be honest with the wider world. And it's like, no, now I'm not deceiving people. Now I'm actually being able to live openly and honestly. I was deceptive to a certain extent for 44 years. And now it's the opposite. I'm not fooling anybody. I'm not deceiving anybody. I mean, I think maybe they meant just in the fact that I don't present female in their perspective. And it's like, well, yeah, maybe there's things I still need to work on and there's still progress to be made. But I concede that in some of my other videos. And also, it's none of your goddamn business. So whatever, go cry. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. I'm not too upset by it, but I just wanted to put a video out there just to kind of get just to air my thoughts, really. I mean, ultimately, just to reiterate something in the What Am I Afraid Of video, I was expecting this. And at the end of the day, you know, I've been to 2 Pride marches in the last couple of weeks, both in Warsaw, one last week, one yesterday. And in both of those, there was this overwhelming sense of togetherness, of unity, I suppose, but also that we are not going anywhere. We are here to stay. And ultimately, the onus is on the likes of these commenters to listen to us. But going to these things like Pride marches, it just shows that we are not going anywhere. You're just going to have to get used to it, I'm afraid. If you don't like it, what? We're not going backwards. That's not an option for us. But what is an option is that you can learn about us. You can learn about what makes us tick. Those fears and concerns that you have, I say, are completely unfounded. I say they have no basis in reality. So why don't we have that conversation so you can listen to me? They can listen to us. You can listen to our voices. You can listen to the community and get a real sense of who we are rather than listening to the noise in the news and in the media. Why not? Give it a try. Maybe you'll learn something. Anyway, so I just wanted to make this video just to make it absolutely 100 abundantly clear. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue making these videos. I enjoy making these videos. It's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy receiving these comments. In fact, I find it amusing. But I do also understand that, for somebody who comes across my videos, they might find it particularly upsetting. So if you're watching this and you don't like it, tough, but please keep things respectful in the comment section. Okay, so thank you very much. I just wanted to get that out there. I'm wearing black as a kind of mean and moody militant type thing. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments section below. Yes. And also, I would really appreciate it if you like this video. And I'm gonna say it. Please subscribe and share and do all of the things with this video because it really does make my day. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much to everybody who's been making comments in my videos. Oh, please keep it up. I really, really like it. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.